Hello guys, hope you're doing well. I'm here to talk about another open source project for the community. I'm usually terrified when recording in front of camera, but I really want to overcome this fear, so here I am. Um, so first, let me introduce the problem that the project aims to solve. So, speaking of myself, my mind is exploding with ideas every day, but the problem is whenever I start any of them, I forget about time and spend way too long polishing it and adding like 100 features that nobody asked for instead of moving on to work on the next project. So the most obvious solution was setting deadlines. Even from my research, people tend to do better when they are on a deadline. But like deadlines estimations are difficult. But like any other thing, you'll get better at it by practicing consistently. So I've tried different apps for setting deadlines, but I didn't like any of them. They have lots of super annoying notifications and use kind of a lot of resources in the background. So I told myself, hey, I can do better. What is blazingly fast? And instantly Ferris came into my mind whispering, Rust. And here we are. Let me introduce you to Deadliner, a gentle way for managing deadlines. So we're now on the landing page, and as you can see from the title, say bye to procrastination when you're on a deadline. Let's discuss how this differs from other apps. So, first of all, you can obviously set a deadline, and the unique idea here is that it dynamically updates the wallpaper of your desktop with the time left for your deadline. So that is obviously a less annoying way for reminding you, and it will help you start your day productively whenever like you see how much time is left when you boot your OS. You have full customizations over how the wallpaper is painted, and it's cross-platform, but like it works perfectly for Windows because I've tested it so well. And there is like a bug or two on Linux, and I haven't tested it at all on macOS. So if you can help me with some feedback on those platforms, I'll really appreciate it because it will contribute to making this app better. And the next killer feature here is that it runs efficiently in the background. So when you set your deadline, it will sign itself in the programs that runs on OS startup. So you only have to set it once and it will run every time you boot your OS. And so the next discussion would be, hey, I'm running on a toaster. It will slow my machine even more. But the thing is that it barely uses resources, and I'll show you in a minute how much resources it consumes. And here is like some screenshots. Here is how it would look on your desktop. Here's like with a custom font, and here's with the default font. Here's with a solid background. Here's with a background loaded from a URL, and here's a background loaded from your desk with a custom font. And whenever like your deadline is over, it will send you a notification to tell you that your deadline is over. It will put like these confetti poppers left and right, so it's like a congratulations. Um, so I think I need to stop telling and start showing. So you can follow the latest GitHub release and download it there for your OS. And so I'll choose Windows. And once you have the zipped file installed, let's extract it. You can extract it wherever you want. I'll extract it on my desktop. And you can immediately see a strange thing. Why there is two binaries? So the first one, which is called deadliner, that is the binary that is responsible for rendering the GUIs that you will interact with to input your configuration for styling and your deadline. And the second binary, which is called deadliner scheduler, this is what runs in the background and updates the wallpaper regularly. Um, and it runs in the system tray, so in this area. And as I discussed before, it registers itself as a run on a startup program. So the second strange thing is, what is this board.txt file, and why does it contain this specific number? So the way Deadliner and Deadliner Scheduler communicate is through an HTTP server um, that runs on Deadliner Scheduler, and it uses the port that is written here. So if you needed this port for any reason, you can change the used one, so you can make it like any number you want if you need this port to run any application for your own. So let's start with Deadliner, and you can see you have, for the background, you have solid or from desk, which you can choose a picture to set as the background, and you have from a URL, which you can input like a URL for an image. It can download it and cache it for you. You have wallpaper mode, you have center, crop, fit, and span. You have the ability to format the date in the way you want, if you want like to show the difference in hours and days, or weeks and days, whatever you want. You have four default fonts and the ability to choose a custom font from your desk. You can change the font size and you can change the font color. Let's input our deadline. So I'll say 2022, 17th May, which is my birthday, by the way. And I'll say solid. That's okay. Save. So that is like 6 weeks difference between now and the deadline I've set here. So you can play around with the time format to until like you like one. You can change the font size. You can make it bigger, make it smaller, make it regular, make it bold. Choose a font from your desk. So I have this on my desktop. It's called Sand Flowers. It's like looks a bit like handwriting. Um, you can change the font color. You can have an image from desk. So I'll choose it. I'll choose it this. I prefer the white color. You can choose a image from a URL. So you can get an image URL and put it here, and it will download it for you and cache it. It downloads this image, and it has like rendered the text on the wallpaper and set it. So when you close the GUI, you will have this scheduler running in the background. You can right click, or you can first of all left click to open the GUI again. You can right click to open or close the window, and you can quit the program. And as I have told you before, when you go like to the startup, you can see that Deadliner is enabled as like one of the programs that run on OS startup. And for example, I want to show you how resources it uses. So Deadliner. So as you can see, it uses 2 megabytes of RAM and about 0% of CPU. And when it updates the wallpaper, when it like paints the wallpaper for you, I think it like uses 20 megabytes of memory and very, very little CPU. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Um, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.